Hello again everyone and welcome to Music Biz. My name is James Shotwell and I think it's safe to say TikTok is here to stay. The app has over 1 billion downloads worldwide and hundreds of millions of monthly active users. It's where everyone is going to discover music right now, so I figured it's high time we give you the ultimate guide for getting noticed on TikTok. Now let's be honest, if you're watching this video, I'm going to guess that you fall into one of three categories. The first is an artist who is already active on TikTok that has a decent following but is running into some issues when it comes to developing content and growing their audience. The second group is people who have tried TikTok, didn't have any results, and kind of just pushed it to the side. Those are people who maybe gave it 1 or 2 shots and then just kind of forgot about it, figured it wasn't for them. And the third is people who have not even gotten on the app yet due to fear or just confusion over what it is they're supposed to do with it. Whatever the case, this video is going to be for you, so strap in. We're going to talk about everything you need to get your view count and follower count up in 2022. But if you haven't started a TikTok account yet, do that right now. There's no reason to watch the rest of the video without one, so if you haven't done so, do it now, okay? Let's keep going. Now right off the top, I want to tell you 2 quick things that I think everyone needs to know about TikTok. Number 1, a TikTok view is counted the first second the video plays. So unlike YouTube or Spotify where you have to stream a song or watch a video for 15 or 30 seconds before it counts, every play on TikTok is counted the first second that it happens. So as long as somebody doesn't immediately scroll past your video, it counts as a view. That said, you cannot personally watch your video 100 times and then get 100 more plays. The algorithm is smart enough to detect when your device is watching your video, so don't think that looping your own clip will raise your play count. And the second thing you need to know is that there is never any reason to use the hashtag FYP or hashtag For You page. You will see this a ton on the app, and it's done by people who are hoping to go viral on the popular TikTok For You page. But studies have shown, and TikTok themselves have said, that doing this does not in any way increase your chances of ending up on the For You page. Similarly, not using these hashtags also doesn't hurt you. It means nothing, so don't do it. Now, the most basic question any artist asks me about TikTok is what kind of content they should promote. And that is a difficult question to answer because I'm a firm believer that every TikTok experience is unique and each community is unique, and how you cater to them, well, you guessed it, it's unique. If you spend any time on TikTok at all, you will find that there are artists doing virtually every version of promotion you can imagine. There are artists who only post very high quality studio shot footage, and there are others who post song demos almost every single day. People like Charlie Puth bring people into the process by posting behind the scenes clips of how they build their songs, and other artists, such as Doja Cat, barely post any music at all. In fact, if you look at Doja Cat's account right now, I don't think that there is a single piece of her music in the first 10, 20, maybe even 30 videos. Yet she's one of the most popular musicians on TikTok, and her TikTok followers are turning into streams, album sales, merch sales, ticket sales, and everything else. The point being, you don't have to follow anyone else's lead to succeed on TikTok. As long as you are catering to your audience in your niche and doing stuff that they find interesting, you're going to succeed. Now, will that take trial and error? Will that mean making a lot of mistakes? Almost certainly yes, but I promise that it's worth it. Now, I cannot tell you what to post. That is up for you to find out. But I can tell you how to optimize that content to give you the highest likelihood of ending up on the TikTok For You page, which again is an endless feed of personally curated videos for each TikTok user, meaning that my feed looks nothing like your feed and your feed looks nothing like anyone else's. That may seem challenging as an artist trying to build a large following on the app, but as long as you follow these tips, I promise you will see meaningful growth and engagement in no time at all. So the first optimization tip I have for you is similar to what I would say if you were starting any new platform or tool, which is to do your research. You know what kind of music you make, so you already have an idea at what community you're looking for on TikTok. For example, if you make heavy metal music, you would go on TikTok and search heavy metal. You would look at the accounts, you would look at the videos, you would look at the hashtags, you would see what kind of stuff is working, what people are making, and you would start, above all else, engaging with it. That means following the creators who make things that you like, commenting on their videos, liking other people's comments, responding, whatever it happens to be. Get on there and and just start being active. Start talking to people, start engaging with people, and that alone is probably going to give you a small boost. You'll start to see your follower count rise, you'll start to see more interactions on your content, which all helps increase the likelihood that your next video will end up on that For You page. The next piece of optimization advice I have for you is to never shy away from trending sounds or effects. Now, if you've spent any time on TikTok, you'll know that there are certain sounds you hear again and again. And I know that there are some artists out there who worry that if they use another artist's music in their content, that people won't understand that they themselves are a musician. They might think, what will Dua Lipa's Levitate do for me? I'm not Dua Lipa. Why would that song do anything to help me grow my audience? But if Dua Lipa's Levitate is trending on TikTok, there is value in it. In fact, some TikTokers believe that using popular sounds, even at a very low volume, like you bring it so low that they can barely hear it in a video, can trick the algorithm into distributing your video more widely. And that kind of makes sense, because the TikTok algorithm is based on what everyone has been doing previously. So if somebody has already liked a lot of videos using that sound, using Levitate as the bass music, and you choose to use it, there is a higher likelihood that that video will ultimately be shown to someone who has previously interacted with videos using Levitate. Now, whether or not the content you make using that sound makes sense or engages that person is an entirely different debate. But using popular sounds and effects does raise the likelihood that you will be exposed to people who may not otherwise encounter you or your music on TikTok, and that can be a good thing. Next, no matter what you're posting, always use relevant keywords and hashtags, even if they feel a little obvious. Going back to the example I gave you earlier of a heavy metal artist trying to find their way on the platform. When you go to search for heavy metal on TikTok, you will see how important these keywords and key phrases can be. If you search heavy metal, you will see that it pulls up a bunch of videos that use heavy metal in the description or in the hashtags or in the username. And that is why it matters. If you want people to find you on TikTok, you have to tell them what it is that you're doing. You might be a metal band, but if you're not using heavy metal in the hashtags, in the description, etc., they may never come across those videos, or at least there'll be a high likelihood that it'll be much more difficult for them to find your videos. The far better route is to just be very obvious and very blunt with what you're doing. You can use captions like, "Hey metalheads, have you ever heard a breakdown this heavy?" Or, "Are there any heavy metal fans out there? Check out this new track." Or, "Here are our top 5 heavy metal albums." That last one might not necessarily showcase your music, but it will attract other people who like heavy metal, and that could be a way to open a door towards them discovering your sound. Point being, use those relevant keywords. Don't be afraid to call yourself a pop punk artist if you make pop punk music. That's how people find you. And for those of you just starting out, I highly recommend making short videos to start. And I have a few reasons for this. Number one, even though TikTok allows for videos up to 10 minutes in length, the average view time for most videos is much closer to the 5 to 7 second range. So if you can keep people on the video for at least that long, you'd be in pretty decent standing. Secondly, there are theories online that you do better with the algorithm as long as people watch at least 3 seconds of your video. So if you have a short enough clip, getting them to that 3-second point might be fairly easy. Another way you can trick them into doing this, and something that I think is very useful for new users on TikTok, is to find a sound that allows for a looping effect. And what I mean by that is maybe it's a 10 or 15-second sound that at the end basically seems like it just keeps going. It doesn't have a clear cutoff point. And if you can make a video that similarly loops, people may watch it 5, 10, 15 times before realizing they're just watching a very short video over and over again. And what happens when that occurs is that all those repeat views get added up and the algorithm goes, wow, people really like this content. I should show it to more people because the view time is super high. For a 10-second video, they're watching the whole thing. And the number of times they're watching it is super high. So this must be amazing content, and the algorithm will shove it out there. As opposed to posting, let's say, a 3-minute video, vertical video of your music video, some crop that you've made. People might watch some of it, but if they drop out super early on, the completion percentage of the view time is going to be very low, and the algorithm's going to think, well, of a 3-minute video, most people watched about 6 seconds, so this content can't be that good. Shorter videos with higher watch times and more repeat viewings do better in the algorithm. So until you have an audience that's willing to sit there through longer content, keep it simple. Next, I want to recommend that you cross-promote your TikTok content on other platforms. Now, some of you may think that this runs counterintuitive to everything you were taught in school, and that's because it does. Up until very recently, most social media marketing courses taught you that you should be creating unique content for each platform that you have, which means you're writing tweets for Twitter, Instagram posts for Instagram, and TikToks for TikTok, and the three should never meet. But if you look at any social media platform, you'll find that is not the case. Some of the most popular posts on Instagram right now are meme accounts that are just sharing screenshots of tweets or recordings of TikToks. And if you go to Twitter, some of the most popular tweets are TikToks that people have found and are sharing because of how unique or weird or strange they are. And if you go over to TikTok, you will see people resharing tweets and Instagram posts over there as original content. The point being, the crossover is massive. Everybody is just trying to make content that people like. And if you can make something that is funny or engaging on one platform, the chances that it will work on others is super high. So don't be afraid to cross-promote. Also, it allows your fans to be aware of where you exist online. I might already follow you on Twitter and Instagram, but I might not be big on TikTok, or I might not be using TikTok to find music just yet. But when I see that you're on there, you might be the first account that I follow from an artist that I love. Or maybe you'll be the one that pushes me into the right algorithm to get more and more metal music moving forward. The point being, tell your fans where you are. Otherwise, how will they know? And lastly, before I let you go, I have one more optimization tip. And though it seems obvious, I promise you it makes all the difference at the end of the day. I know that you will read things online that tell you that TikTok requires you to post multiple times a day, or that you should have X amount of posts every week or month. I know that that's important, and I do believe that those people have something to say about how to game social media. But even more important than posting a ton is posting quality content, things that people will actually enjoy, things that actually matter, not wasting your first few posts on content that is subpar. So when artists ask me what to post and I tell them I can't tell them exact content, I do offer them a series of questions that I feel it is important to ask yourself before sharing anything online. And these are those questions. What do I like to watch on TikTok? What would make me want to listen to an artist? What would make me not want to listen to an artist? How do I sell myself to someone who has never heard my music before, especially in the visual medium? What are other artists in my niche doing on TikTok? And would something similar work for me? Lastly, and perhaps most importantly, do I find this entertaining? Now I want to take a moment to drill home that last question. Do I find this entertaining? The reason that I put that on there is because I'm a firm believer that you cannot sell someone something that you yourself wouldn't purchase. And what I mean by that is that if you're not passionate about what you're doing, if you don't think the thing you're putting out into the world, that content, that song, that whatever, is the best it could possibly be, and it lights your soul on fire every time you think about it, you cannot expect those results to happen to consumers. You cannot expect something that you feel subpar about to be the best thing a consumer has ever heard. Yeah, I'm sure that there are times when that happens. We've all heard stories about artists who almost cut a song from their album and that song ends up being the biggest hit of their career. That totally happens. But far more usual is that fans react similarly to how an artist treats the thing that they're putting out. So if an artist is super hype, fans are super hype. But if an artist is kind of lackluster, fans can sense that and they don't get as hype. So the key before you post anything is to make sure you like it. If you wouldn't watch it, engage with it, whatever, don't post it. It's that simple. Now, I'm sure that you have questions about TikTok, and I'm sure that as the months go on and the rest of 22 unfolds, there will be changes to the algorithm and platform that will demand we update this piece. But for right now, if you do everything in this video, you will be positioning yourself for success on the most popular social media platform on the planet. Now that's a big deal. It can be scary, but trust me, experimentation is encouraged on TikTok. Every single video is filtered through a similar distribution system, so any video has the chance of taking off. That's why quality matters, because you can put out something subpar and it go viral and it just makes you look bad. You don't want to do that. Always be putting yourself out in the best way you possibly can. And if you want even more tips on TikTok, or if you need advice on your career, feel free to reach out to me. Comment below or email james@haulix.com. That's james@haulix.com, and I will be happy to help you in any way I'm able. And who knows, maybe you'll even inspire our next video. Now, I want to give a quick shout out to everyone who has subscribed to our show on Spotify. MusicBiz is now available there as a video podcast. And on all other podcast platforms, this show is available in audio format. So if you don't spend a ton of time on YouTube or you feel like you're missing stuff, please head over there and grab it. And if you're watching from Spotify right now, hi! I hope you're doing well. Hope you have a great day. Please go listen to the new Zach Bryan single. Now, that's all that I have for you right now. Please, please, please take care of yourselves in the coming days. You deserve that. And if you haven't done so already, go ahead and subscribe to MusicBiz. That makes it possible for us to bring you even more great content with bigger guests and higher production value. So if you haven't done so already, please do that. Again, my name is James Shotwell. This is MusicBiz, and I will be back very soon. Until then, have a great day.